Welcome back to the channel, guys. So we have done the mileage test on this bike. We did a small trip and we came back here, at a beautiful location. Then we had a drink, chilled, and I'm recording this. So the mileage test result was crazy. Even I got shocked. So we emptied the bike. Emptied the bike tank at 1773.5 kilometers. Then we completed our mileage test. That means we emptied the tank again after refueling the 1 liter. We completed the journey or the bike's mileage test at 1822 kilometers. And mind you, if you are good at math, you just realized it. Yes, this bike gave us 48.5 kilometers mileage from 1 liter of E20 petrol. That is crazy. And if I even mention those conditions which we drove this bike at, you'll be amazed. So the bike was in sports mode the whole time, like 95% of the time this bike was in sports mode. And the conditions which we drove in were only 5% of was it in highway just to cross some a viewpoint. After that we switched only for 10 minutes into urban mode to just pass the toe-to-toe traffic. It was very hectic. There was an accident involved, so we had to do it. We were using the GTT, which means the bike was consuming pretty much good amount of petrol to use that feature. Then everything is the 90% of the time the bike was in sports mode, and we were switching it aggressively from 40 km per hour to aggressively 75, 18. We were touching 80 km per hour. It was aggressive. There was no rest given to the engine. Then if you talk about the gear positions, it was always in a gear where above the speed limit. So if I was supposing 35 km per hour, the gear was always in the 4th gear. So that's how the gear ratios were used up. The only thing that we noticed was when the bike reached 1820 kilometers, it started to struggle only during a uphill climb, but that resolved in only a few seconds. The bike only struggled during the uphill. Okay, that's what I'm trying to clear. But it only struggled for 3 to 4 seconds, and the bike picked up its pace again. Then, when we were reaching the last kilometer, which is the 1822, the bike was struggling because there's not much petrol left, because it traveled like 47 kilometers. So this mileage was completely in the sports mode and driven aggressively. Imagine what this bike could pull if it was in the urban mode and driven constantly at a constant speed. Imagine a highway, you will get 50 plus easily. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys, the result of this bike, this insane mileage. And if you are curious about the first service was done at 890 kilometers. So that's it with this result of this. I think you are amazed too, just like me. I don't know how this bike pulled it, even in case of having a 4-valve engine feeding petrol to it. So it has fuel injection. So that's it for the video. If you have any questions, just ask in the comments. We'll see you next time.